Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name's Liquid Hotshot. I hope everyone's doing swell today. This is our Millennium Dawn playthrough here as Poland, and I believe this is episode 27 off the top of the dome. Yeah, hope everyone's doing okay. It's been a few days to say the least since I last recorded, but as things go, I've still got all my information as to what I want to do. I've got my handy black book sat on my black desk, surrounded all by all my black things. Black trim, I should say, really. And all that sort of stuff. Anyway, we need some light metals. What are we using on? Aha. So we're not getting enough throughput for the UAVs. I don't see any reason why not to, but we want to trade with Europe if we can. Ukraine, and not part of the EU, we will maintain our lovely relationship going on with the UK. We are currently buying, what is it, tech metals? No. Precious metals from Sweden. Rubber from Indonesia. I thought we already had a trade with the UK. It's very odd. So I did have a look briefly before the start of this episode. Let me just change this music. This is like the menu music. For putting nukes on ICBM. So this will bring up the missiles quick start guide. If we look at becoming a nuke, you need to research nukes first. Bang, bang. We've got all those. Build one. Come over to here, which we are. Nuclear status. You want secret nuclear program. And then you want HEU. It's just better than everything else. You can put it at 100% enrichment. That way you get more material to get your nukes. Then you can see the fact that you've got one. Or click the one you've got research, produce it. It'll take time. Nuclear warheads production, boom. Complete nuclear program, boom. Then once that's completed, we can press we can get rid of you, and then we can either go to nuclear power, secret nuclear power, but they're saying nuclear power, which we don't have the 99 political power to do, and then boom, we have a nuclear power status. So that's how we do it. There is also little tidbits in here on how to produce missiles, fire them, what targets you want to hit, and all this sort of shit. So I'm sure we'll probably be looking through the guide at some point there. And then we are influencing, is it Ukraine and Slovakia still? Slovakia, yes, and Ukraine, yes. Okay. Can get... Oh no. They have failed to breach our defenses. More political power for us, lovely. Can get more army tech. Doctrine, I should say. We did, if I'm right in saying, that's a 27 width. Do we want to make it a 30 width? Make it a 30. We can make it a 40 width. Motorized, 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 and then light recon would slow us down. Self-propelled AA. Or helicopter combat service support we would need transport helicopters. And it gives us movement on all those tiles. Let's save you, and then, in that case, attack helicopter. Let's write that down then. We want, if my pen decides not to stop working. Transport helicopters. That is our next research then. When we get the 1995 close air supports, the Warthogs. And just, can I just say, look at all of this glorious, glorious civilian economy that we are thriving on. We're making civs by the butt ton, but I think it should also be wise to help our weekly balance when we are struggling a little bit to max out some offices in those states in West Pomerania, Weltposkia, and Warmia, and we will put those at the top of the list. They don't get a buff, they don't get a debuff. Sure thing, Germany. Germany have 14% influence. Let's write down we need 100 PP to change to nuclear power. So I think at the minute, because we don't have... Yeah, so because we don't have a nuclear status, we're currently not making anything. Which makes sense, right? Nuclear deterrence value. 100 points of nuclear deterrence. Modified daily gain in political part of the country by 1%. Let's invest in biofuel. There's literally no reason not to. At this stage, 2010, come on, we need to be thinking of the future, of our children's children and their children's children. Or something. So yeah, the support is crazy. I don't tend to look at the analytics much when I put these videos out up until like I'm sat down to record again. And like this past hour, like the hour prior to me sitting down and recording this episode, there was something like 30 views channel wide in a 1 hour period. And I was just like, what? Like, I'm just so amazed and baffled every single time I come to record. And I'm looking at how well the series is doing. And you guys are just having an absolute field day with it. Let's just move these around. Just so that the ones that are closer to finish first. Come on then, Gita. Come on. Hey. Please don't sit on my book now that it's open. I beg. And she's sitting on my book. Fair enough. Can't really stop her. That would just be mean. These guys are still getting trained. See what I did there? No, fair enough. 0.3 a day, that's not a lot of PP. Maybe for the time being we stop the influence. There we go. 1.5 a day. Let us pay off, like, go back down to like 10 bill in the treasury, pay off some debt. One, two, three, four. I love the Marine Corps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we are a nuclear power. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the world, tremble before our might, if you will. Transport. So these are regular transports. We want helicopter. We do have helicopters. Let's research the HOI4 ones then. Outdated equipment. No. You here? Oh, yeah, because you. Someone probably commented with a little timestamp saying, actually, Liquid, it's over here. And fair play to them for doing that. 1995 Cass, where are you? There you are. Let's 25 days of production. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. Let us do the relocation and resettlement of asylum seekers. We don't want to do the cheat thing. Are we still paying for the EU budget? Is that a thing? We are, but we're no longer paying for words. No longer paying for the farmers' subsidies. Bosnia forms a new government. Well, congratulations to you, Bosnia. The Social Democratic Party. How are they doing? They're losing 1.9 billion a week. And we're building 2 saves here. Can we build offices within them? And also, let me just write down, why can't I invest in some states? Question mark. You okay there, kid? She's like sniffing the paper. She's pretty weird. Ida's pretty weird. But she's my little weird. Do you know what I mean? So we've still got the housing projects up until 2012, April. It's new election time. Soon, right? October 2010. It is 2010. And we have elections every 5 years as well, champ. Which is an extra year compared to the UK, where I live. There we go. Okay. The event just popped. Faces tough decisions. Let's attack the nationalists. They've bumped down to 13.9%. And we're still in office. We're on our term limit, though. Makes no sense. And we are by far the most popular Democratic Party. And some of the other Democratic parties have had a bump. The SLD, I think, got 12% in the last elections. The PSL 13.6, but we had a coalition was like the SLD, and then the PO and the PSL, I believe, was the original coalition we had. So zoom in. We should be producing transport helicopters now. Lovely sauce. And considering we've done that as mechanized infantry, do we want a division attrition? Attrition? What the fuck? Division attrition minus 10% out of combat supply and supply consumption, or just a flat consumption rate. Let's say less. Less is more, right? After 10 days of intense training all over Poland, Anaconda 16 has come to an end. The Polish-led multinational exercise involving 31,000 troops from 24 NATO allies and partners has finished on a large-scale demonstration for distinguished visitors, guests, and the media. Troops from Poland, the UK, and the US put on a 45-minute display of military force and capability, from artillery fire, tactical maneuvers, an impressive show of air power and action. Nicely done, NATO, and we get Army XP, Air XP, and some political power. Now that is how you do things. Have we done all the focuses down here? Yeah, because we don't want to take that anti... Being re-elected. Lovely. Our guy has retired. We now have Donald Tusk in power. 71% popularity. I'm not sure what that is in comparison to other Western countries, but that's pretty damn popular. That's like almost 3/4 of your entire population are in favour of your party leading the country. And that shows true greatness. Let's call it greatness. Why not? Let's go ahead and get a naval focus. Now, I don't plan on doing anything with the Navy, granted, but I'm not going to say no to a Navy XP. And we're still able to get, like, helicopter companies. So, like, transport helicopters plus 6% reliability and hard attack. Sure. Generic helicopter company. You're in. And let's go AFV unit separation. And then the world gets to know that Donald Tusk is the new leader of the PO party. It's the Navy command. Well, we can go ahead and get him. Because we are getting 1.3 a day. Sure. Again, it's just extra Navy XP, depending on if we want to do anything with it. We're almost at 1 a day of main battle tanks. Like, I'm proud of that. We're slowly starting to build up, like, production lines for almost everything. So what we'll do is we'll get a UAV company, and that'll just naturally reinforce that. 1995 CAS will do that as well, and then some interceptors as well. So let's get the 1995 OLVs. And then we're still producing OLVs, right? Down, 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 down. OLV production, yeah. So we've still got like 2 years up until... I believe we're making 10, is that correct? Wrong. We are making, yeah, 10 1965 rockets. And actually what I'm going to do is these guys, after you're done deploying, let's like move you to central Poland. That way, like, almost the full air wings are in the north, and then the ones that are producing are near the nuke plant. Makes sense. So 29.6 billion is the figure we're currently at. We're still building it here in Bosnia. I feel as though we're trying to do justice by developing in Bosnia. Perhaps, no, Yugoslavia is still communist in 2010. Greece ain't looking too hot, but they are making money now, so that's a good thing. We do have a trade agreement with them. The tax rate's like 40%. If we want to just say 1, and we could only build infrastructure. So we can build offices in Croatia, who are making some money. 303 days, build an office in their home state, in their capital state, I should say. Let's do that. And then let's go all the way back up to the top. And we can see those. 152 billion, almost 153 billion in fairness, being invested, or has been invested. The Social Democratic Union of Macedonia has been re-elected. How are you doing? 0.7 bill, the 35 billion in debt. Can we can build in Macedonia. Maybe we build in Europe. Southern Europe. Southern Eastern Europe. The Balkans. That's the word I was looking for. Oh, snap. Japan has declared war on Korea. Ladies and gentlemen, this could be the start of something utterly stupid. Japan's losing 7 billion a week. I wonder what is going to go on here. That is some big news. Should try and keep an eye on that. There's a naval battle already going on. Don't know if the Japanese are trying to starve out the Koreans. Diesel submarines. Let's be honest, that's probably the best way to go, considering we probably won't have that much or that many dockyards. I know we've only got 1 at the minute, and we cannot produce any more yet. Infrastructure is maxed. And then let us fight some influence when we've got some political power. Ah, so it dropped. So we were at 70% popularity because we had a coalition, but because the party's so popular now, we don't even have to have a coalition. So that's great. Could potentially think about, thank you. Invest in biofuel again. Should maybe build some strategic fuel reserves. Let's build them near where the Navy's kept and some of the Air Force as well. Just so, because we're absolutely capped on fuel at the minute, and we're not using it on anything. So let's do that. When are you guys going to be finished? You're going to be finished 12th of December. I could, in all fairness, spend 0.1% of the GDP, which is 3.4 billion. No, that's 1%. No, I was right. Okay, first. We'll do that, make these offices go quicker. That way we've got quicker offices, quicker civs, fast, fast, fast. And we'll take 2 lots of investment from the UK and Germany, respectively. And again, the offices, the more offices you build, the more money you get. They're just the best building for general cash flow. So 3 offices have just finished there. We'll wait for the weekly tick and then see where we're at. Or we can technically refresh, right? Yeah, 0.8 now. From 3 offices being built. I think that's the way to be for the time being. How long is it going to take for you guys to be done? March, which is January, February, March, like 3 months away. 3 months is like 90 days. There's 12 weeks. So we might go into some more debt whilst we keep these office construction going. But I'm happy to do so. But I think that's probably going to have to call it for today. So we have changed over to just a general nuclear power. So let's go U. And then let's go 100%. And then get 4 kilograms of weapons grade material per day, and then 288 fuel a day. Which goes onto the base gain. Sorry, 290 from base gain. But from like all the fuel refineries themselves, we're at like 10,000 a day. So that's great. And one of our strategic fuel reserves is finished. And these are pretty quick builds. So, like, it'll just fill up, and then... Will it? Yeah, it'll just fill up, and then we'll get another strategic fuel reserve. Modern high-speed rail, boom! Can't get 2015 trains yet. But what we can do... Do we want 10% output, retention, and 10% output, 3% efficiency base, and then 7.5% retention, which is like what you'd use to change over? Or do we want 30% monthly population? Cap goes up 5. You know what? We're going to go nanofibers in medicine. Boom. So now you have got a guy producing. We'll bob you underneath the guns. Thank you very much. Well, you We get a naval yard. 7.5 billion. Can't really afford it. Do we want a missile submarine or do we want an attack submarine? Holy shit. Okay, what is the difference? I'm assuming the missile submarines can shoot missiles and the attack submarines can't. Okay. Same subdetection, better visibility. Land combat support is a thing in here. It's not here. It's more sub-self. Can't get pierced. It is the same, but it's got 7,000 kilometers there, so that's the bigger difference. Let's research missile submarines then. So, national focus, missile submarines, 35-day focus, boom. And then we'll need to come down and get some of this tech at some point. I'm gonna make a note of that. My cat might not like me because she's sleeping on the pen. I'll just write naval research. Boom. Okay. But I'm just looking at the time as well, guys. That's going to have to be it for today's episode. If you did enjoy, please do drop a like down below. It really does help me out. I know I bang on about it at the end of these episodes, but yeah. Subscribe if you're new. It is free, and you can always change your mind at a later date. Comment. Your comment may feature in a video. I mean, if it's a good topic of conversation I had with you, it may feature. And yeah, with all that being said, guys, stay safe until I see you tomorrow for another episode. Bye-bye.